tuning in to the online broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. You're tuning in to the online broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
I was like, are we going to get some music coming in? I was like, we should have picked a song to come into. Because usually, like, we always pick a song to come into. And today we didn't. So I was like,
I kind of like that, though. The AfterBuzz coming.
I know, because it was a very quiet day today at AfterBuzz because everyone is filming at the moment. So we had to keep it super quiet. So we got so excited to start the show because we have the guest of the Laura Show, Laura herself. And just under Laura, because it is the Laura Show, we have the second biggest one, Chris.
Yeah.
How's that? How are you guys?
Doing great. Thank you so much for having us.
Oh, well, I just like hanging out with you, so I thought let's just do this and like promote the show because if you guys haven't seen the Laura Show, it's fucking fantastic. This is, I'm telling you, the next big thing. Like, it is killer.
I will take that and run with it.
I know, because I'm not a good liar. I can't pretend that anything's good when it's not.
Good.
You know, I'm just, you know, even on a wedding day, you know, if the bride's not looking too good, I just wouldn't say anything.
Wow.
Like I can't lie. Like I'm a horrible liar.
I mean, that's great.
Good quality.
It's great, but it tends to get you in trouble. But that's why I wanted to bring you guys in because I know you guys have blown up on the internet. Completely blown up and destroyed it. You're slaying the internet game. And I thought, oh my God, if people do not know this and do not know about all your success and how well the show is, I want them to know about it. So we're going to put it all out there and you're going to tell us everything there is to know about the Laura Show.
I like this.
Wow.
And you know what? We're having a lot of fun doing it. So this is, I'm glad that it's starting to get the traction that it deserves. Yeah.
Totally. So just tell for the people that haven't seen it, what's it about and the concept, because I understand it's written by this lovely lady over here.
Every word.
It's a female-driven comedy, which we all love. It's got like the, you know, what's the one that girls? What's her name? Leah Dunham. It's got a bit of a Leah Dunham vibe, but funnier. Like even fun. It's got like Lena Dunham and like Amy Poehler have sex. It's Laura Linda Bradley. Telling you it's great. So tell everyone what it's about and then we can really get into it.
That should be the new tagline right there.
I mean, I was
Amy
always going
Schumer.
with Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, like younger sister, but yeah, I'll take that too.
Yeah, boom.
Yeah, I have always had this really crazy ability to take bizarre life situations, friends' stories, things that just happened to me and turn them into these really funny stories. And I've always loved to make people laugh and entertain, and after being in LA for a number of years doing the whole acting grind, I decided to take my career back into my own creative hands and pull this group of actors that I've met through the years, and we started doing the show. We premiered on November 24th of last year. It's a sketch comedy series, about 3 to 4 sketches each week, and it's very female driven. It's, you know, if you let that little crazy voice in your head as a girl run around, we like give her a voice and let her just have fun and see what would happen. We torment most all of the guys on the set, that's for sure. I have done horrific things to this one. Like, I mean, I've put him in face masks.
And my skin looked great the next day.
I told him it was my actual, like, mask. I've done, like, horrible things to most all of the guys. We have them running around. We have a series called Smoking Hot that we have a 3rd part coming up. And we have shirtless, hot, tan firemen coming to save Laura and Chloe, which are 2 of the characters on the show.
That's what I love about it, because I love that it's almost like taking feminism to the next level. It's like, do you know what?
Oh, it's total girl power.
We're not about being equal. We're just about completely being on top, destroying the men, and then you have lovely guys like Chris who are like, do you know, I really couldn't care less. You can do whatever you want to me. It's all in fun and good spirit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I still try to put a little backbone into each of the guys. Absolutely. Yeah.
I would say you're trying, but not trying too well. I've got to be honest there.
It is the Laura Show. It is not the Christopher
Laura Show. No,
Yeah.
exactly, yes.
Yeah. So yeah, you gotta defer sometimes. most of the time.
Because it's all derived, as you said, from people's stories. So that's how it works. So if you guys haven't seen it, everything comes across very natural. That's what we like about it, because sometimes we love the SNL, but it is a little bit over the top. And you guys do bring that over the top element, but it's all based on your personal stories.
Right.
So
we have over-top characters, but the actual sketches are relatable, and there's always at least a portion of actual facts from like myself or my friends' lives.
So what's the biggest episode? Because I've watched them all now, and it's hard to pick one. But what has been the biggest secret you've kind of revealed and put out there and put on sketch?
Well, I think we've done a pretty good job because I've gotten 0 calls from exes.
Oh, that's very good. Yeah.
I think I have angled that enough. There's name changes, location changes, some little things and no one's gotten identified, so that's good. I think I'm doing my job.
That's good. And how did it all happen? How did you guys meet? Because I understand it all happened. You were all kind of semi-friends before, and you brought them all together. How did that all happen?
Isn't it funny how things happen? I met a different girl at a casting workshop who then friended me on Facebook, who tagged me in a post that Laura was looking for guys for this sketch comedy, which turned into a phone call. It kind of turned into a mini audition that showed up, and here we are 6 months later.
Yeah, Christopher actually filmed on the very first day, very first sketch, which was Geography's a Bitch. And that was me getting schooled by an ex on where on earth Detroit is in the United States. And
I don't actually know.
Yeah, well, apparently I still don't know, because we got schooled in the comments that I still had it wrong. So
Detroit is not the capital of Michigan.
Oh, I thought Detroit was in Texas. Yeah. LA or New York? That's America. LA or New York? That's all I'm saying.
There's coastal states, and then there's a lot in the middle.
Yeah, there's a lot. I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
But one thing I liked about you guys when I first met you and we were talking is I'm sick of seeing those bloody actors in LA. Like, oh my god, it's just so hard. Like, nobody's giving me a job. Like, I'm auditioning. Like, but you guys are like, do you know what? We actually don't need to audition, that we can actually put the creative control in our hands, and we can actually do our own content and show. So what kind of inspired you both to be like, we want to be in control of our own careers, and what encouraged you to take that step?
It's really easy to do now. I mean, if you've got a phone, let alone, we've got cameras and all kinds of stuff now, but if you've got a phone and an idea, go out and shoot it. You don't have to wait around for somebody to give you permission to go out and, like Laura said, take your career back into your own creative hands. It's honestly, it's been a lot of fun in that sense too, to finally get to do some of the things. If you look back on a larger scale, even guys like Damon and Affleck back in the day got very frustrated and said, you know what, we're not getting the parts we want, screw it, we're going to write our own, and we're not going to sell it until you say that we can star in that kind of thing. So on a smaller scale, I think that's what we've kind of done. Okay, we can go do the grind, which most of us still are in some sense.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we get to go kind of let out our creative juices through the Laura Show.
Yeah, everyone is actually working actor in either TV, film, or theater. Everyone. So there is some gnarly schedule conflicts that we work through. But and then also some are still in school as well, still working on their craft, as everyone should be.
That's good. And I'm like, I always feel bad when people say school. I'm like, oh, I'm actually enrolled still, but I'm about to fail. Whoopsie.
Not like
this
that.
is it's not that kind of school. There's no math homework or anything like that. We basically get I don't know, are we allowed to drop F-bombs here?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I've said fuck about 10 times. Yeah, go for it.
We basically get emotionally fucked every single night. I'm walking home going, I don't know who I am right now. We're doing voice class and movement class and scene study class and technique and on camera and all kinds of stuff, which is great because I get to go do Chekhov and Shakespeare and a lot of these modern big-time playwrights, and then get to go do sketch comedy during the day. So I'm getting to use kind of all the different
You need to
skills.
release. I feel like after Shakespeare and all of that, I'm like, I just need to relax. I need to laugh with Laura.
Yeah.
Very much.
I think we have a very, very fun. I mean, we filmed for like 11 plus hours on Sunday, and I left so tired, but I had the best time because I was working with my friends, and we were all laughing, and we occasionally have wine on set. We are method actors. We must have wine in scenes.
If the sketch calls for it.
Absolutely, yeah. Get into character, character acting, yeah.
It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a Sunday. Yeah, well, I think the guy in the sketch would definitely have a glass of scotch. I think he would.
Oh, 3 or 5.
Yeah.
Have you ever got drunk on set? Have you guys done that or not? No, I feel like Laura, she'd crack the whip in. She looks, I call her Snow White with razor blades.
We do get to.
Because she comes across so sweet and she's so innocent, but I'm telling you, the razor blades come out and she will like Snow White with razor blades.
Razor blades.
Razor blades, yeah.
I love that.
God, can we build a sketch around that too?
No, yeah, done. Take it.
I mean,
I'm not copywriting that shit. You go take it.
I'm just gonna take it. Yes, that. You can come and guest star when we film that.
Done. One thing I did want to know about you guys as well, because as we all know, and you obviously worked all on sets before, and there's always Stevers, and there's always that one person, but you guys have a predominantly good cast.
Yeah.
And you guys all get along, and you're all really good friends. So I wanted to know how you keep the down-to-earth vibes and not be pretentious little assholes, even when you've had success like The Laura Show, because it is kind of blown up all of a sudden on the internet. How do you guys keep grounded and not get into this horrible little drug scene in LA where everyone thinks that the most important thing in life is doing a line of cocaine and sleeping around? How do we say normal?
I mean, I can take that one.
Yeah. Are you saying I'm not normal?
I thought you said I'll take that one.
I
I'll
think
take
we only have until
the
6.
coat out hall,
But
yeah.
anyway, I don't know. Like, when I came out here, I was just very serious about what I wanted to do, and I kind of try to skate above that whole scene. Like, I mean, I love to go out dancing, but you don't need to do all of that. And I think because it is all friends, like we don't have casting notices for the show. It is all people that I knew and had worked with, or it was someone that came highly personally recommended. And so I think, if I had a moment, or Christopher had a moment, or anybody else on the set, like, there would be 5 people instantly. There would be like, check that shit. Like, no, that's not going to fly. So, I mean, I think we all kind of check ourselves, and it's worked out really well.
And
we don't have egos on the show, and that was something that was very important to me. I've worked on those.
Yeah. And as much fun as we have and how light kind of the show is, we do take it seriously. So we're not taking ourselves seriously, but we're taking the work very seriously.
Yeah.
So I think that keeps us in check a little bit. The other part of it too is that I think we're all mature enough, which is a scary word to say, in the sense
I don't
of
like that word. That comes with like an age.
Well, no, I don't mean it like that. But we've kind of we've done that part of life already. Now we're ready to kind of, like I said, take it seriously a little bit more.
Do you know what's funny? I think when everyone says, I've said that 1,000 times, I'm done with that, and then 2 weeks later I'm at Cedar Sinai because I've got alcohol poisoning, and I haven't, it's got to be a balance, I reckon. It's about kind of keeping a healthy little balance. Yeah.
You have to have some fun. Like, you have to have some fun and going out and, like, having a social life. But you still have to, like, if you want to be working in 5, 10, 15 years, you have to make it a priority to do your job.
Absolutely. And I love this week's episode, but the week's episode before that was probably my favourite episode of all time.
I like that.
And once again, best thing about your show is it is online and you do put out episodes all the time, but you can binge watch it. There's 16 episodes now, so you can go home with laurashow.net.
Yeah,
laurashow.net, and you can binge watch it. So it's got that Netflix vibe, and then you've still got more coming.
Yes.
So tell us.
Tuesday.
Every Tuesday, exactly. What time does it come out on Tuesday exactly?
Just Tuesday morning.
Just Tuesday morning. Laura gets on her laptop and she's like, Laura Show is up, and boom, 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 baby.
We're like pulling an all-nighter Monday night final touches, and then we're live.
So because I love this week's episode, but I want to go into the one before that because it was so good. Like, we have to talk about that.
Social media war.
So tell us all about it. Where did it come from? Whose backstory was it? Was it based on you? I was in love. Could not stop laughing.
I have a type, and it is called vain actors.
Ooh, I never.
I know.
Never. A vain actor. I've never met one.
No.
So yeah, there's this thing called social media nowadays, and that's one thing that we like to take in the show and take it very, very modern and very relatable. There's this thing with once you break up, it's who's going to live a better life and who is going to stick it to the other one and twist the knife, like real hard. And so it's, it is that tit for tat, and it is inviting the ex's friends and like, oh, I didn't like you ever. I thought you were a bad influence on my ex, but I'm going to hang out with you now and take you to a Kings game. Or, he's going to go to LACMA because I would beg him, and he would be like, no culture. So it's all of
so you
this,
better
like,
believe, we've broken up.
Forth.
I'm going to LACMA.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to LACMA,
I'm going to do everything you asked.
And I'm going to take that picture and I'm going to post it, knowing that you're going to see this. Absolutely.
Yes.
That's what this world is
totally.
become.
And then
so much fun
crazy.
to film. Like, so much fun to just be that crazy outlandish, because not that person, thankfully.
I think we're equal. I think we've all
had
we've
those
all had a
moments.
moment.
100%.
Not to that extent now.
Yeah. What I actually liked about it is because I always like a bit of a hidden message. I think if you can convey funny, because we all like to laugh, and then a hidden message as well, I'm like, oh my God, hallelujah, amazing. It's like an Oprah moment. It's like, oh my God. Because I'm all about the Oprah vibe. I bring her into every single show. I fucking love her. I think she's great.
I love her.
And I thought, oh my God, is it like, first of all, I was hysterically laughing. It was the funniest thing because I think I watched it with my roommates. We're all thinking about times, which I'm going to get into later as well, that we've done and posted things on social media just to get back at people and just to show, look how good I am.
Right.
And then you want to be sure that they saw it.
See you following, someone really hot. But I like the hidden message of being like, look how you took it so over the top and so far that it was almost like making fun of it and saying, look how ridiculous this is. Like we're all relating to it, but people actually do that.
Right.
I know. That's the ridiculous thing. Like they stage trips and they, stage these days out or, photos or what have you.
Yeah, we're going to go take this photo and it looks like it's so nice up against this mural and everything like that. Well, guess what? In the background are the construction sites and there's an alley and there's a dumpster and all kinds of stuff.
Yes.
It's
We're making
ridiculous.
fun of Instagram bloggers next. Christopher and I have been going, it's like our little love letter to Los Angeles. We're hitting all of the spots. And it's just
showing what it's really like.
How horrible.
This is what it looks like with the Instagram filter and all that kind of stuff. Well,
this is what reality looks like.
I love that. And what's the crazy? Now you've got to admit the crazy. What is the craziest photo that we've done on social? What's the craziest thing on social media we've done to make someone jealous? Whether it be a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a friend, an enemy. We've all been there. We've all photoshopped ourselves to have a bit of clearer skin.
Oh yeah.
We've done it all. I want to know how far you've gone, how far you've gone, and I might even say how far I've gone. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah.
We're
going to start with Chris, I reckon. We're around a circle.
Okay.
Don't back out.
Okay.
If you want the Chris show, you've got to be number one. You can't let Laura go every single time. Yeah.
100%. That vain actor, right?
Yeah. What's the crazy thing you've done?
I cut out one of my exes and posted that picture. Oh yeah. Like after we had broken up, cut her out of it and then posted the picture. Yeah. Vindictive, I know.
That's so funny because
it was a good picture. Yeah.
That was a good picture.
Yeah.
I like that because you see someone like Christopher and you think, me and Laura, we're on the crazy. I'm like, we do shit like that. Whereas Christopher, you'd be like, oh no, Christopher would never.
So nice.
Yeah. I do it very sneaky.
Oh, I like that. What about you? Because I feel like we would have done something like, we would have taken it the next level up.
I'm not really passive aggressive. I'm more just like outright, I will black and white tell you. I posted a photo of all of the male cast and myself, and that was a little enjoyable just to kind of twist the knife a little bit.
Yeah.
This is my work. I hang out with very attractive men that wear whatever I ask them to. Like
fireman pants with no shirts.
Yeah, this has been really fun because I always dress my boyfriend. I'm always you would look great in this and this, or change your hair, whatever. I like to style them. And so it's been really fun to just send dress instructions. Be like, please wear all black, please wear a suit, please wear a skinny tie. And then they just show up in it, and it's amazing.
I think Laura's just getting out her sexual fantasies on the male cast. She's like, I've always wanted to get with guys with leather pants. Everyone's wearing leather pants. Let me put it on.
All of a sudden, the sketch comes out. Yeah.
And then the sketch comes out.
How did you know about episode 18? Well,
I know. So what's next week? What are we expecting next week?
Next week. Well, we have one that we were just filming that is a football sketch because I am from the South and I love football and hockey.
And are you from the South as well?
Indiana.
Indiana, because I'm like, is that South?
It doesn't count.
Is it Midwest? Is it South or Midwest?
It's Midwest.
Okay.
But I get a lot of, my accent is more down towards that Texas area.
Yeah, that's why it sounds South.
I don't know why. I get a lot of shit on set too because where I'm from, it's yes ma'am, no ma'am, all that kind of stuff. And so it's kind of become like, ma'am, are you calling me old? I'm like, no. My little sister, I would say yes ma'am to her. So it's not a, no.
He's just taking jabs at me because I tell him to stop calling me ma'am. Yes, he calls me ma'am all the time. It's really annoying.
Christopher.
It's not.
Ooh, nice tone.
Oh, I know. That's like that.
That was like a cut.
But what do your family say? Because obviously you guys are. Well, I'm just going to say you're from the South because you sound like you're from the South.
There it
Too
is.
bad. We're lying.
Done.
Christopher is from the South.
Yeah.
What do they say?
Texas forever.
Exactly. Texas vibes. What do they say about you guys, being in Hollywood? Do they take the piss out of you or make fun of you? Or are they really supportive? Or what were they like when you wanted to move to LA? What did they think? Because it is, such a different world.
Both.
My family was beyond supportive. My mom is still just extremely, extremely supportive. She's one of our videographers, and I mean, she's amazing. And I have been immensely blessed that I grew up in this like super creative little wonderland, and I think that kind of gave me this delusional idea that I could come to Los Angeles and I could be an actor, and like this could be my day-to-day life. And somehow it's like working out one day at a time.
That's so good.
Yeah, I've been really blessed. So yeah.
I feel like Chris was like, I was blessed, but not with that kind.
My journey's kind of very different.
It was very different.
I'm coming from a bigger family. I think Laura's an only child. So I have, I'm the oldest of 4. So I have 2 little brothers and a little sister. We kind of come from more of a sports-driven family. So I had never done theater or acting or anything up until about a year and a half ago.
Oh, wow.
So I was doing, with a family company, loading dock sales, so manufacturing equipment, steel toe boots, hard hat, the whole thing in Indiana, or Texas if we're going to keep going
From
with that
Texas?
one.
Yeah.
And clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose. And I went out for a play. I'd always said I was going to do it, but had never kind of gotten the guts to do it. Did it. That led to another one, which led to another one, which led to another one. I took a bus up to Chicago and auditioned for the Stella Adler Art of Acting program, which is where I'm taking classes right now. And I got invited to come out here, and it's just kind of been a crazy year to go from that kind of life to living in Hollywood. It's been a lot of fun, but I think going back to your original question about being supported by your parents, they're very supportive, 100%. I've been very lucky in that sense too, but I also have my brothers and my sister and my friends and even my parents sometimes who are still going to keep me down here. 100%. So we support you, but they're still going to cut you a little bit, which is fine.
This is fine.
My best friends are still my best friends from before I was.
And I've got buddies who are looking at me going, wait, what'd you move out there for again? Wait, what are you doing?
Just send them a link of you in the face mask.
Yeah. I always laugh when I was kind of doing and moving out here. Like I've got a twin sister, and she went to get these.
What?
A twin. She's studying surgical podiatry, so she wants to be.
I want to meet her.
She's too busy studying, unfortunately. So my dad worked in an oil refinery.
Okay.
And so, like as manly, as blokely as you can go. Yeah. And I remember I was just laughing when I moved to LA. My mum was like, and people would ask him, so what are your twins up to? And they would be like, Alana's studying at the top Australian university. I'm specialising in child surgical podiatry.
Of course.
As you do, yeah. And then, what's Dan up to? Dan just moved to LA to try and get on a reality show.
And there's that understanding nod that he was going to get in response to that.
Yes, that was that. But it is cool. I think that's actually what kind of keeps you guys grounded as well. Is because when you kind of do, start getting a little you always get knocked straight back. I think it's the best way. Yeah.
And I'm getting text every time on Tuesdays when the episodes are coming out. My mom's sending me a text right away saying, "Oh, I saw that, or I saw this, or I saw that." Like we did one, was it 2 weeks ago? No, this week. Big production.
That was last week.
Last week. Big production. We're making a big production out of graduations and stuff like that.
I think that is the truest of any of the sketches I have done. Because that is so me in real life.
And
is that?
My family growing up, we never made big productions out of graduations or birthdays or anything like that. So it was funny to kind of be a part of that sketch, make it a big production, and for my mom to be like, "That's funny," because we would never.
But your family is, because that's when they've got one. They're like, we're just so happy to just have one. They're like, we just want to put an explosion on you. Like, we've got one, we can only give. There's only one graduation. There's only one. But your family, fuck, there's 4. Why don't we get to the third one? Don't give a shit. Whereas they've only got one, so they're so excited. So tell us about that and why it was inspiration for your life.
I am huge on birthdays and any kind
Type
of
A personality. Everything's bigger and better.
Everything. I had
Really?
I had half birthday parties, the whole thing. Yeah, my mom kind of said
half birthday parties.
Yes.
Whoa.
With a cake, yes. We'll talk about
birthdays.
that. Yeah, we'll talk.
So
about
every
that
6 months, I was just 6 months to my birthday party. Yeah. Oh my God, love that.
But no, it was so fun, and the actors that were in it, I had worked with at a theater company before, and we had danced together, and I was like, how could we?
She's not a stripper, by the way. You sound a bit like a pole dancer there. She's a professional dancer. Like girls I used to dance with back in the day. I thought, want to clarify, she's a class. Even though she's got a very sexy back, turn around so you can show the audience your back quickly.
You have to.
We were just dying before. She's got the sexiest back on today, but you're not a stripper.
Do you want me to turn?
Yeah, you show some of your back as well.
Here it is.
Wow,
I'm wearing
amazing.
a friend of mine's design, but I don't know, Christopher's wearing a shirt out of his closet?
This is a Gap shirt.
Oh.
Yes, very nice.
That was my first job when I got here.
Maybe
There we
they'll
go.
send it.
Exactly.
retail.
Yeah.
Yep.
Love it.
Yeah.
But back to Laura's 6-month
yeah.
birthday.
This is the
How
Christopher-
dare you? Christopher, it's the Laura show.
It's fine.
It's not the Christopher show
He's
yet.
You're right.
used
You're
to
right,
it. You
you're
just have
right.
to remind him every once in a
So what do you do to remind him? What do you do to keep him in check?
Everyone on set is getting to that point. Carissa is always telling me.
Yeah, no, I try to give him like a look, and that doesn't like at a point I just like.
And my response is always, "We're having fun."
Oh yeah,
we're
he,
fun.
he has his favorite sayings. Like we're gonna make a book.
It's funny because we're getting to a
but-
point now where we've been working together for a while that I'll get the
yeah.
script, I'll read the script, I'll see the line, I'll be like, wow, that's a line that I always say. She's writing
Yeah.
for me now. It's kind of cool.
No,
That's
initially
awesome.
it was, I would write and then, shoot out texts to everybody and be like, hey, this is when we have locations, which days can you come and which hours and whatnot. And now that it's, really building on its own momentum and learning, it's been such an experience for me to learn about casting just as an actor myself, what people's strengths and weaknesses are and things like that. And so then it started, oh, this would be perfect for Ethan, or this would be great for Christopher, or this would be amazing for Mary, and writing with those people in mind. And also just once you've worked with them, just knowing there's this like level of they're gonna match your energy and they're gonna match like I personally, I love being crazy because that's not me in real life. I'm a control freak and I'm very prim and proper. And then I
love that you're like, I'm very proud, and then he does like, bam, like
Yeah.
almost bam, yeah.
jazz hands come out every once
Jazz,
in a while.
yeah.
But like this week we had one called Laura's Guide to Successfully Staying Single. And I got to play every crazy girl that you have seen at 3 a.m. drunk in Hollywood. Every
Lindsay, every Brittany, every Paris.
Oh yes. Like I was like holding onto his leg, like, don't go, and like
I still went.
He did go. He called me nuts, and I had a pretty awesome comeback for that, actually.
You'll have to.
Do you also do
Tune
that
in.
thing? Because I didn't like when I did comedy classes because I don't like rules.
Oh.
Well, we've got 7-minute warning left. That's good. We've still got another 7 minutes. But do you ever? I know when I used to do improv. I used to say what I really felt,
Yeah.
but hide behind the character.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, oh, you fat fucking bitch. Like, how dare you? Like, I hate you. I
love it.
You're this, you're that. And then it was like, oh, just a character and cut. And you're like, oh, how fun was that?
Can I use that tonight? I've got
Yeah.
improv
Do you guys,
tonight. I'm going to
do you guys
use
ever
that.
do that? Do you ever like get out what you really want to say over
yeah.
improv? Yeah. And because it is improv, partly improvisational
Oh,
because
yeah.
you're open to that. Yeah.
How do I feel right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a fat fucking bitch.
Done, yeah. And cut and thank you. Sorry. Oh my god, that sounded so real. Oh my god, I was like, oh my god, I hope she doesn't think I'm telling the truth. Yeah. Well, I think you guys need to. That's a whole other show in itself.
Yeah.
The honesty episode.
Yeah.
Well, we've kind of done that with those voices that you were talking about. The voices in your head that you would
Yes.
never share out loud. What happens
Well,
if you
girls
actually
would.
were to say that?
Yeah.
What
no.
are some of those? Because that was another one of my top episodes. I thought, well, let's get into like, what was that episode all about?
Oh, the one. Which episode? The one about modern day fairy tale?
Yes. That was another one of my
Yeah.
favourites. I thought that was fun. I wanted to know where that came from.
That is sadly the modern day that we date in because it's so hard to meet people.
It
and
is.
then so many people are on Tinder and all of this, and it's just such a train wreck. And
It's never been easier to meet people, but it's never been
Those-
harder at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah, in LA it's so hard to find someone you actually like genuinely connect with and talk to and like understand, and they're not like trying to climb the social ladder. But we did that one just because I was like, well, how funny would it be if you just actually saw the reactions and some of what the guys came up with. I mean, I found the girls funny, but it was like, that's stuff that I've heard from my friends that are on there. But to hear the guys, like one of them, I think it was one of the twins, he goes, she just looks like she's uncomfortable in her shirt. And like all of the girls' pictures was like she was like pulling her shirt in different ways. And
Oh
it's like,
my god.
And what's great
Why?
about that sketch too is that we
These
had
are
no idea what was
all
coming.
real.
We actually made Tinder profiles and just started swiping through. So we're reading it, and on camera you see us reading for the first time.
and the genuine like look of shock of like, these are humans in the world.
Yeah.
That's
and
what's- yeah.
now we're
And what's
doing
weird is that
magazine
every
with
single
next
one of
week.
us, I think, ended it with, yeah, I'd still swipe right though.
Still swipe right there.
All of the
It's
guys
a numbers
were,
game.
It's a numbers game. It's law of
keep
averages.
swiping.
You just keep swiping.
Just keep
Yeah,
swiping.
1 in 100.
all of the
yeah.
girls were like so wine and like pajamas, and like all the guys were like, I would probably give it a try.
Swipe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that's what differentiates you guys, I think,
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's so everyone
They're
does.
painfully honest.
It is painfully. So we've got the honesty, which
Oh,
I love.
very, very honest.
Then we've got the realness, because sometimes comedies can be very over the top. They're funny, but they're not necessarily real. And then they've got my like moment after I binge watched all your 16 episodes. I'm like, whether you're intentionally doing it or not, there's always a hidden social message. So like it's pretty much like you're saying, you know, like through that fairy tale episode, you're like, how ridiculous is this that we're constantly so obsessed with social media and we're constantly on our phones and it's never been easier, but it's never been harder.
Oh,
And then you're also putting it, you know, against social media and how we're constantly comparing our lives to others and putting our validation on what we look like and all of that. And are they conscious messages you're doing? Because it's almost satirical. You're making fun of situations so we can laugh at ourselves, but then also question the world at the same time.
I think everybody needs to take a step back. And I think where reality blew up so many years ago was because people looked at it and they were like, oh, that reminds me of my friend Kristen, or that reminds me of me in junior year of college, or what have you. And that was something that I wanted, not that we're reality based, but that it's honest and that you should watch the show and be like, I see myself, or I see my sister, or I see my friend in that. And I want that relatability factor, because so many comedies on TV now, you watch them and I'm like, I don't relate to this in my life. It's funny, but like I don't like go away thinking, oh, I'm gonna tell my friend to watch this because this totally reminds me of that one time we went to New York or what have you.
Like, and even like, you know, all the reality shows, like the Kardashians, it's not, no one can relate to getting on a private jet to have 3 photo shoots in a day, and then Kim saying, I'm so exhausted.
And to hear him complain about it.
Yeah, and you know, and like, you know, all these reality shows now are completely unrelatable, and especially living in Hollywood, I think that's because it is normal for this setting, but it's not normal for the rest of the world. And that's, I think, part of your success, because online, people are seeing actual like what things they can relate to, not just it's not, it used to be, I think reality has become escapism, but your show is actually not a reality show, but it's relatable.
Yeah, we're highlighting
very
those
relatable,
things. Yes.
and it's very modern day and current. It's what people are constantly going through and dealing with face to face, and I think that's fun. And I mean, we make fun of everything. Nothing's really off topic. I mean, this week we had a sketch called Set Life Struggles, and it is, you know, this horrific student film, and the girl is filming it on an iPhone, and she's giving us the most obscure direction ever. And it's, you know, you see a scene that was good and it just crashes into a wall for no reason other than her bad directing. And it's like, as actors, we've all been on that project where we're like, I feel like my choice may have been better. And then just, I mean,
every time, not even, I think just in life, everyone thinks I would do a such better job.
Exactly. It's like, no, he shouldn't skip into that, or you shouldn't ugly cry. But we take things that are, I mean, none of them have been super, super outlandish to me. I feel like I've looked at it, I was like, yeah, I could see that.
And I think that's what's scary, is that it's like, wow, we took that to another level, and that's really not that far off.
No, not at all. So.
And that's why I wanted to have you guys here today, because I think that's the most important thing is making people laugh. I think that's the best thing you do. Is I think we're in a world right now where people need to laugh more, but then we also need to see change. And just before we finish, I want to know, what is the main thing that you hope people get out of the show when they watch?
I would say that I want them to have a few minutes of just laughter and enjoy it, and like, remember to laugh at life. I think we live in such a fast-paced world now. We don't actually stop to laugh at the situations of our life. And I mean, me personally, like, I will fall down on my face in situations and I will crack jokes. And I think everybody could be reminded that they need to just
100%
take a little laugh at it and just be reminded that it's not that serious.
I agree. Yeah, don't take it too seriously. And I love that relatability that we've been talking about. I think that's something that everybody should take away, and I think they will take away from a show like this. I've seen that. I know that. I've been that person. I know that person. These kinds of things that get you to laugh at life a little bit.
As Joan Rivers said, life's a joke, so just laugh.
Exactly. That was our original tagline, was Laura, she's learning to laugh at life. That was our original show tagline.
And I love it. And that's why every single person out there needs to get on the laurashow.net. And as I said, it's already blown up. It's already become a bit of a phenomenon. And I'm excited because the laurashow.net, everybody, I think it's just going to... Netflix is what's next. I think it's very, very clear that's where it's headed.
Your lips to God's ears.
Thank you.
Amazing. But if you want to say your social media before they go, so you can say to those lovely cameras at the front there.
These right here.
Those in front of you, where they can come and find you.
Christopher Dietrick at CA Dietrick. CA Dietrick, yeah.
I am on Twitter. I am Lara Bradley, and Instagram it's Lara Linda Bradley.
And mine's written down there. No one gives a shit about me today. It's about the Laura Show and Christopher, of course, as well. But it's been great, guys. It was so good having these guys in. Come back again, especially when you guys get picked up for season 2 on Netflix, because I can feel it happening. And I think it's great. I love it. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
And until next time, have a great day, everybody, and watch the laurashow.net. Boom, baby, boom. Bye, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Bye. See you later.
See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.